Hey everyone, it's me, Mike Moans, and this week we are playing Swimsanity on Xbox One, a new cross-platform multiplayer underwater shooter. Developed and published by Decoy games, this game promises you both co-op and competitive with a wealth of varying game modes. The menus are clearly presented and your gameplay is briefly described with a minimal but effective tutorial. The animation for each of the bosses are very characterful, with their sheer size imbuing a high level of threat. With 5 adventures and 4 unique bosses and a heap of aquatic minions, the levels do feel very unique from each other. Swimming solo, I jumped into my first game of adventure mode. I hit the water, 20 seconds later, I died. I honestly spent more time bouncing between the "you died" screen and the loading screen than actually playing during my first hour. I tried multiple times to play each of the adventure modes solo, with my longest survival time being 1 minute, and the first of only 3 checkpoints in the opening level. The game clearly has no balance for single or even co-op play. It's 4-man team or death. To test this theory, I searched for players online. This game brags about its cross-play and multiplayer functionality, but unfortunately I was unable to find a single player online. This is a very worrying sign for a new release title that is focused on 4-player cooperative play. After trying multiple times with cross-platform search enabled, I recruited Brian from UKGN as my player too. The joining friends lobby function could not connect us, so we took a chance and both openly searched online for players. We found each other, no one else, just me and him. We each selected our characters that have a different ultimate ability, though we never really found the time to use these abilities before facing inevitable death. This multiplayer game is quickly becoming a single-player nightmare. Ready to face the challenge again, I tried to hit the retry button, hoping for a more respectable performance this time around. Why is there no restart button? Why do I have to go back for a handful of screens to play again? An odd choice for a game whose developer described the game as being easy to learn but hard to master. Why is there no restart button in a co-op game? Maybe I want to try again with this team. Maybe I want to look like less of a noob. This game challenge to fun ratio is hugely disproportionate. Co-op or solo play even means with a couple of hours play, you could barely survive a whole minute. Your basic blasters do minimal damage, needing about 8 shots to kill your average Joe. Useful power-ups are encapsulated, and require a handful of shots to open them up before you can claim your random power-up. Each level normally spawns a power-up in the opener, and it's all too often that this power-up is a health up or free teleport. As you start up with full teleport and full health, most of the time your starting power-up is not worth opening. Nothing quite like the disappointment at the start of every mission when you die every 30 seconds to motivate you to play yet another 30-second long game. So what does Swimsanity offer the player? Not a lot. The difference in characters is unnoticeable. The game is completely unplayable as solo player. It's annoyingly hard to manage for online play if you do find friends who have the game. The power-ups are basically the same, that's if you do get the chance to use them. I think the best thing I can say for this is all the levels are nicely varied, well, at least the 1 minute 6 I played of them. This is a solid 2 on the UKGN scale. It has a solid idea behind it, great visuals, great audio, and it's very well presented. The gameplay is dependent on multiplayer, and unfortunately will be its downfall. I can imagine that local play will give this game a much better outing. So as a final thought, I suggest if you want to be reminded of your constant failures, go to dinner with your parents instead. It has a lot less loading screens. Thank you for joining us for our review of Swimsanity. I've been Mike Moans on behalf of UKGN.